One evening, the Fat Controller closed the railway early, due to some points not working. The engines were at Knapford Yards, waiting for the points to be fixed.
Oh, this is taking too long.
What we need is to listen to a story,
suggested Thomas. I know a good story, said Edward. So everyone listened. A long time ago, there was an engine who was always ready to help. One night, a station master asked him to pick up a coach that was left behind, so he went to get it. But on his way, the weather turned bad. He found an old shed. I can rest there for a while, he thought. He later woke up to a noise, and when he opened his eyes, he saw fingers reaching for him. And he raced away as fast as he could, with the monster's fingers chasing him.
Then what happened?
Asked Percy. The engine was never seen again, finished Edward. The engines were silent. Just then the Fat Controller arrived. The points are now fixed. You must all return to your sheds. When the engines got settled in, Percy heard a bumping sound.
Oh, what's that?
But it was only James bumping some trucks.
You're such a scaredy engine, Percy.
He laughed.
Don't worry, he's only teasing.
Later on that night, the engines were asleep. Then, Percy woke up to a strange sound.
Oh, very funny, James. I know it's you.
But James was asleep.
If James didn't make that sound, who did?
Percy worried all night and stayed awake looking out for monsters. The next morning, Percy could barely keep his eyes open. He was on his way to the docks. Then his signal turned red, but he didn't stop.
Percy, look out!
Whistled Duck. Percy stopped just in time.
Sorry, Duck.
Percy carried on. Then there was trouble.
Look out!
There were some coal trucks on Percy's line, and he crashed straight into them. Luckily, no one was hurt.
Oh dear, I must get some sleep tonight.
That evening, the engines were telling stories again, but Percy was too tired to listen. He just rolled into the shed and went to sleep. But later on that night, Percy woke to the same noises he heard the other night. Suddenly, he saw two glowing eyes,
Bust my buffers! The monster!
and he let out a frightened peep peep. It woke up Thomas.
What's the matter, Percy?
The monster!
Thomas looked around, then laughed.
It's okay.
Percy opened his eyes, and he saw what the monster really was.
It's a little hedgehog.
Percy was very relieved.
Monsters aren't real. It was just one of Edward's stories.
Percy just smiled. And decided not to let his imagination get the better of him ever